Today let us take up in this video the topic estoppel, which is coming under section 115 to 117 of Indian Evidence Act 1872. So we are going to see three sections in this video. Estoppel means in Tamil it is murandadai. முரண்தடை என்பது ஒருவருக்கு இன்னொருவருக்கு வாக்குறுதி அளித்து அந்த வாக்குறுதியின் பேரில் அவர் ஒரு நடத்தையை செய்யும்போது அதனை அந்த வாக்குறுதியை திரும்ப பெறும்பொழுது அல்லது இல்லை என்று மறுக்கப்படும் பொழுது இந்த முரண்தடை பொருத்தமாகிறது. ஒருவர் உறுதிமொழி அளித்தால் அவர் செய்கையிலும் அவருடைய வார்த்தையிலும் அதுபோல் நடந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். உதாரணத்திற்கு இந்திய அரசாங்கம் ஒரு அனுமதி அளிக்கிறது, எக்ஸ்போர்ட்டு ஒரு 5 லட்ச ரூபாய்க்கு எக்ஸ்போர்ட் அனுமதிக்கிறது நெய்த துணியை. அந்த துணியை அனுப்பினால் அதற்கு சமமான ரா மெட்டீரியலை இறக்குமதி பண்ணலாம் என்று உறுதியளிக்கிறது. ஆனால் ஏற்றுமதி செய்தவுடன் இறக்குமதியை ரத்து செய்கிறது. அது முரண்தடை என்று அது அவ்வாறு செய்வது கூடாது, அதற்கு முரண்தடை விதிக்கப்படுகிறது என்பதே இதற்கு சான்றாகும். ஆக இதை போல் ஒரு உறுதியளித்தால் அதன்படி நடந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். ஏனென்றால் அது அடுத்தவர்கள் அது கான்ட்ராக்ட் போன்று உள்ளது. அதனால் அவர் அந்த செய்கைக்கு அவர் உறுதியளித்தது கட்டுப்பட்டு நடக்க வேண்டும் என்பதே இந்த எஸ்டாப்பல் என்பது. ஸோ நவ் கமிங் டு த டாபிக், the estoppel is derived from the French word called estop, which means shut up or stop up. That is the meaning. Estop, shut the mouth. It is derived from the French word. Now it is based on the allegans contraria non adi endes est. அதாவது we have already told that basing on the promise the other person's acts, and subsequently if the promised person withdraws his words or withdraws his promises, then the other party will be put into trouble and that should be stopped. That is the meaning of allegans contraria non adi endes est. Now that is the simple meaning is preclusion. In the estoppel means preclusion in French. Preclusion means that is one person cannot be get away from the promise. That is called preclusion. Then rationale of estoppel. What is the rationale behind it, or the rational idea behind it? That is, it is a principle of justice and equity. So it is based on the principle of justice and equity, and then the law of consistency requires that one should be consistent with word and conduct when it affects somebody. So the promise should be kept up. That is the inner meaning of that. That is, one should be consistent with word and conduct. What the words says he should bind on it, and what is the conduct also should be bound on it. That is the rationale behind the estoppel. Now the nature of estoppel, that is this can be used as a shield. Actually the estoppel was used as a shield, but it can also be used as a sword. Shield is to protect, and the sword is to give some that is the wound. That is like that. Here it can be request that one should be considered word and conduct, and the law this could be used as shield, but also as a rule of substantive law it could be used as a sword. So even it can be used for indicting a person, or some justice can be done on it. For that the court can take some action. That is called sword. It acts as a sword also, not only shield but also a sword also. And it is as a cause of action the estoppel can be used. That is to the promisee, the law relating to the existence of facts. The existence of facts can be drawn from the estoppel. So as a cause of action this can be used, that is the estoppel. Now then we will be moving on to kinds of estoppel. There are various kinds of estoppel: kinds by deed, kinds by record, and the by conduct, that is PACE. Estoppel by PACE, PAS, PACE. So there are various kinds of estoppel. First we will see the estoppel by record. Estoppel by record means that is the res judicata. Actually it will be coming under the, as per the civil procedure code, the res judicata is also considered as estoppel. Like that in criminal cases, artifice convict and artifice acquit, these two doctrines can also be used as a record. That means the double jeopardy is avoided in this. The one should not be double jeopardy, means the jeopardy means some indictment, some doing of peril to the party, and double jeopardy should not be there. That means a person already judgment has been given in a case and it should not be tried once again. That is the inner meaning of that. Already decided cases should not be taken up again, or a person convicted already, the same case should not be taken again. That is called the res judicata in section section 11 of CPC and section 300 of Criminal Procedure Code and section 40 to 44 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 says about the res judicata. Like that, in criminal cases, this is artifice convict and artifice acquit. Artifice convict means already convicted person in a similar case should not be taken up again, and further proceedings should not be, court proceedings should not be there. Like that, artifice acquit means already acquitted person cannot be, that case cannot be taken again and he cannot be convicted again. That is artifice acquit. That is called the double jeopardy, the doctrine of double jeopardy, and that should be protected in this case. So the estoppel act in such a way, no double jeopardy should not be there. That is the doctrine. Then estoppel by deed. Sometimes what the things in court they are doing, out of court settlement is being done. That is out of court settlement. Then for that it may be in the form of they may be the two parties may sit across the table and something amicable settlement are reached. That is called out of settlement, and court passes a degree for that, and then so section 96 the again appeal should not be taken up for these type of settlements. So once out of court settlement happens in the court premises, then that degree also passed on it by the court, then the same matter cannot be taken up again. That is called estoppel by deed. And estoppel by PACE or by conduct, in this case what happens, willfully causes another person to act, another to believe in certain things. So formerly the person who given promise is to be precluded from that, from escaping from the promise. That is, once promised means that should be done. That is, for say for example, A believes that the land belongs to A and sold it to B, and afterwards what the A tells that during the time of deed the land doesn't belong to A. This should not be allowed. That is the estoppel. So already a promise has been done, basing on that the other acted. So again withdrawing from the promised deed or act, that should not be again withdrawn. That is the pace or estoppel by pace or by conduct. Willfully causes another to believe in certain things. Farmer is precluded. That is, the person who give promise is to be excluded from the utterance of I have not given promise, or I am not going to stick on to the promise. That is the estoppel by pace. And now we will be moving on to section 115. That is, one person by his declaration to believe a thing to be true and act on such behalf. That is, he makes another person to believe that it is true, and then the other person act on behalf that. Then in this case, the person who promised should not withdraw his promise. That is the meaning of that. Then to believe a thing to be true and act on such behalf. That for example, in this case, one case study is there, University of Madras versus Sundar Shetty 1952. And what happened in this case? So he has passed the SSLC, and then he the certificates were also given to that person, and basing on that he joined in intermediate also, and then 1 year passed, and subsequently what the university says, then he is not eligible to, for the SLC, and so his admission in the intermediate is not valid. Like that the university argues, and then in this case what the court said, the one should not go back on his statement. So the what is the already declared, it is valid. That is according to the court. So this is called this is the University of Madras versus Sundar Shetty in case study. Then now no estoppel against state, but at the same time the estoppel cannot be insisted on state. That is, no estoppel against state, and then this is applicable in criminal case also. Whether it is applicable in criminal cases or not, it is not applicable in criminal cases. That is, the estoppel once committed cannot be stick on to that. It can be withdrawn in case of criminal cases. Say for example, some confessions will be done by the accused in police station, but it may be withdrawn in court during further trial. Since he could not bear the torture, then he promised that he has done it, and in the court he may rebut it. That is, the estoppel is not applicable in case of criminal cases. And then section 116. Now we will be moving on to section 116, estoppel of tenant. That is, the tenant and the licensee of a person in possession is estopped from stating that the landlord did not have the ownership or the title at the time of their at the time of the tenancy. So this is called the section 115 116 says like that. That is, the tenant should not have the right to deny that the person who gave the land to him was not having the title at the time of the promise made by the owner of the land. That is section 116 says. That is, the licensee of a person in possession and the tenant in possession should not deny the fact that the landlord did not have the original title deed at the time of the tenancy or at the time of the license. That is the section 116 says. And then now we will be moving on to the last section, section 117, the bill of exchange. The acceptor, no acceptor of bill of exchange can say afterwards that the drawer did not have any right to sign the bill of exchange or to endorse the bill of exchange. That is the section 117 says. That is, the licensor or the bailor should not have any right to deny that the drawer didn't have the right to endorse the bill of exchange or the to sign the bill of exchange at later date. That is the 117. Usually the bill of exchange, there will be three persons, drawer, drawee and payee. It is usually used for business purpose and for on credit purpose. Lot of business are being done, and in that the drawer is having the right to sign in the bill of exchange and also endorse in the bill of exchange. But the drawee should not utter at later date that the drawer did not have the right to sign in the bill of exchange or to endorse in the bill of exchange. That is the section 117. So estoppel is meant for maintenance of justice, or it is a principle of justice and equity. ஒரு நீதியை வலியுறுத்துவதற்காக ஒருவர் ஒரு உறுதிமொழி அளித்து அந்த உறுதிமொழியின் பேரில் இன்னொருவர் அதை ஏற்று ஒரு செய்கை செய்யும் பொழுது அந்த உறுதிமொழியை திரும்ப பெறுவது என்பதோ அல்லது அந்த உறுதிமொழியை கொடுக்கவில்லை என்பதோ அது அடுத்தவருக்கு பாதகமாக அமையும், அது தடை செய்யப்பட்டுள்ளது என்பதுதான் இந்த எஸ்டாப்பலுடைய சாராம்சமாகும். ஸோ எஸ்டாப்பல் இஸ் டு protect the right of an individual who acts on the other's promise. So with this we conclude this estoppel topic.